This is Optimal Relationships Daily, episode 1948, How to Let Go and Forgive, by Babauta of ZenHabits.net. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of ORD, where I, your host and narrator, Greg Audino, read to you every single day from different blog posts that can help you build better, stronger relationships with those you care about. And sometimes that means addressing the feelings we have towards people after our relationships with them end. Today, the work of Leo Babauta is here to help us let go and forgive, should we need to. So let's hear what he's got for us and start optimizing your life. How to Let Go and Forgive, by Leo Babauta of ZenHabits.net. We've all been hurt by another person at some time or another. We were treated badly, trust was broken, hearts were hurt. And while this pain is normal, sometimes that pain lingers for too long. We relive the pain over and over and have a hard time letting go. This causes problems. It not only causes us to be unhappy, but can strain or ruin relationships, distract us from work and family and other important things, make us reluctant to open up to new things and people. We get trapped in a cycle of anger and hurt, and miss out on the beauty of life as it happens. We need to learn to let go. We need to be able to forgive, so we can move on and be happy. This is something I learned the hard way. After years of holding on to anger at a loved one that stemmed from my childhood and teenage years, I finally let go of this anger, about 8 years ago or so. I forgave, and not only has it improved my relationship with this loved one tremendously, it's also helped me to be happier. Forgiveness can change your life. Forgiveness does not mean you erase the past or forget what's happened. It doesn't even mean that the other person will change his behavior. You can't control that. All it means is that you are letting go of the anger and pain and moving on to a better place. It's not easy, but you can learn to do it. If you're holding on to pain, reliving it, and can't let go and forgive, listen on for some things I've learned. Number 1, commit to letting go. You aren't going to do it in a second, or maybe not even in a day. It can take time to get over something. So commit to changing, because you recognize that the pain is hurting you. Number 2, think about the pros and cons. What problems does this pain cause you? Does it affect your relationship with this person? With others? Does it affect work or family? Does it stop you from pursuing your dreams or becoming a better person? Does it cause you unhappiness? Think of all these problems and realize you need to change. Then think of the benefits of forgiveness, how it'll make you happier, free you from the past and the pain, improve things with your relationships and life in general. Number 3, realize you have a choice. You can't control the actions of others and shouldn't try. But you can control not only your actions, but your thoughts. You can stop reliving the hurt and can choose to move on. You have this power. You just need to learn how to exercise it. Number 4, empathize. Try this. Put yourself in that person's shoes. Try to understand why that person did what he did. Start from the assumption that the person is not a bad person, but just did something wrong. What could he have been thinking? What could have happened to him in the past to make him do what he did? What could he have felt as he did it? And what did he feel afterward? How does he feel now? You aren't saying what he did is right, but are instead trying to understand and empathize. Number 5, understand your responsibility. Try to figure out how you could have been partially responsible for what happened. What could you have done to prevent it? And how can you prevent it from happening next time? This isn't to say you're taking all the blame or taking responsibility away from the other person, but to realize that we are not victims, but participants in life. Number 6, focus on the present. Now that you've reflected on the past, realize that the past is over. It isn't happening anymore, except in your mind. And that causes problems, unhappiness, and stress. Instead, bring your focus back to the present moment. What are you doing now? What joy can you find in what's happening right now? Find the joy in life now as it happens, and stop reliving the past. By the way, you will inevitably start thinking about the past. but just acknowledge that and gently bring yourself back to the present moment. Number 7, allow peace to enter your life. As you focus on the present, try focusing on your breathing. Imagine each breath going out is the pain and the past being released from your body and mind. And imagine each breath coming in is peace entering you and filling you up. Release the pain and the past. Let peace enter your life. And go forward, thinking no longer of the past, but of peace and the present. And number 8, feel compassion. Finally, forgive the person and realize that in forgiveness, you are allowing yourself to be happy and move on. Feel empathy for the person and wish happiness on them. Let love for them and life in general grow in your heart. It may take time, but if you're stuck on this point, repeat some of the other ones until you can get here. You just listened to the post titled, How to Let Go and Forgive by Babauta of ZenHabits.net.
Don't miss The Marvels in theaters on November 10th and see where the Marvel stories all began when you watch Captain Marvel, WandaVision, and Miss Marvel, only on Disney+. Get Disney Plus with Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, and National Geographic. Plan starting at $7.99.
This show is sponsored by Regain Couples Therapy by BetterHelp. Whether you're in the honeymoon phase or partners for life, perfectly content with your partner or going through a rough patch, setting aside time to listen to each other and work through conflicts can transform your relationship. And I can tell you from experience that sometimes the best place to learn how to be the better listener or communicator that your partner needs is in therapy. If your relationship is having ups and downs, or you simply want to work on yourselves together, consider giving Regain a try and see how your relationship can improve, no matter what stage you're at. This is an entirely online form of therapy that's not only helpful, but also designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. The best relationships are always worth fighting for. Try something new in therapy. Visit regain.com/ORD today to get 10% off your first month. That's regain.com/ORD. And thanks so much to Leo for this terrific post. Letting go of past relationship pain can be such a difficult thing, needless to say. And an article like this is important because it provides so many different points from which to start one's path towards recovery. This is highly necessary because everyone's healing is different. And oftentimes we need to experiment with different ways of trying to rebuild ourselves before we find something that feels right. And even then, we can almost guarantee the journey will consist of 2 steps forward and 1 step backwards. But just remember that somewhere in your journey toward trying to forgive someone else, you are likely to arrive at a point at which you must forgive yourself too. Maybe it's for a part you played that you didn't acknowledge before, but it might also just be forgiving yourself for dealing with this pain for so long, and any times throughout the process that you might have cast judgment on yourself for not recovering faster. It's a common part of the road back, and an important one to not overlook. But I'll leave it there for today, folks. As always, I thank you so much for tuning in today and doing right by your relationships. I wish you the very best of luck should you be trying to let go of and or forgive someone. And you know we have your back here at ORD. So come join us again tomorrow for more content to help you strengthen those relationships. That's where your optimal life awaits.